Hi, welcome to your reading, Scorpio. Stepping into your energy, I feel like there is a lot of changes happening actually within your archetype. A lot of the time, Scorpio is associated with ice, but now that ice seems to be melting. And so I think that you can expect a lot of changes, a lot of shifts, and maybe even kind of unpredictability seen from the perspective of our egos. We're not necessarily gonna know what is coming now. So that's kind of the initial feel that I'm getting. But I also have some parts. Oh my goodness, I can't speak as well. So I don't know if that's something that you're dealing with. Finding your voice, maybe. But the cards that I have for you is the dragonfly. So I do feel like this is a person or a specific energy. And then I have 3 other cards, which I feel is a different person or a different type of energy. It's the crocodile in reverse, buffalo, and the octopus. And so I feel like, let's speak about this person first. I actually do feel like these 2 people or energies, they have some kind of a relationship. There's a dynamic between these 2. And maybe that's even something about speaking. I'm feeling this. Maybe the people within this dynamic, maybe they are afraid of speaking up. Maybe they are afraid of being truly honest. That's something that I can feel a little bit here. Because like I said, it's like the ice is melting, which means that the things that kind of have been hidden and buried and just like stuck inside the earth, it's almost like now it's coming to the surface. You know, when this happens here on earth, it's like when the ice up in the north starts melting, we start discovering all of these items that was just stuck within the earth, and they start coming to the surface. And so it's almost like this feeling of unrooting. It's like opening graves, if you want to say it in a little bit more scorpionic way. But it is that feeling. And so you don't really know what you're gonna get. You know, maybe you're gonna get this super deadly virus, or maybe you're gonna get this super valuable treasure. That's also a little bit of the feeling right now. But I think that there is some kind of a dynamic happening here with a lot of unknown outcomes and a lot of difficulty with speaking. So let's talk about this person first. This is a person, I feel that, you know, it's the dragonfly. So this is that type of person that they have taken their spiritual path very seriously. They have invested a lot of energy into that path. They have gone really deep within themselves. This is not a person that points the finger at anyone else. It's like they always put the burden onto themselves. And as a result, they have a very strong back. You know what I mean? They're not afraid of looking in the mirror. They're not afraid of being wrong. They're not afraid of being humiliated or any of that. You know, they have chosen to break down their own ego. You know, they ask for humiliation. That's the type of vibe I'm getting from this person. It's someone that wants to be humiliated because they want to see where they are still weak within themselves, you know, within their energetic field. And so it's a person that can ride on the dragon. They walk willingly right into the fire because they want to face hell. You know, they want to burn away the ego, the sins, so to speak, you know, the things that aren't in alignment, that are just good for a couple of people or a few cells in the body. You know, alignment is that win-win-win, everything wins. And so it's something that we have to train to be able to see at this point in time. And this person, they have been willing to go through that training. That's what I'm feeling. And so it's kind of a special person in a way. Then there is another type of energy here. And this is someone that is starting to understand more and more about this path. I feel for this person, this is someone that has actually been quite bound by their own mind in the past. It's like the narratives that already existed within the mind of this person used to drive this person a lot. And with the crocodile, you know, if the crocodile were to come out in the upright, it talks about someone that it's almost like they are eaten by their ancestors constantly. They are constantly being chewed up by their ancestors because they still believe in so many of the old programs that their ancestors kind of fed them, forced fed them, is what I'm hearing. You know, so this could be someone that used to be kind of religious, or just used to always bow down to the opinions of kind of their family, or the opinions of the people in their culture, the opinions of their friends. You know, they were afraid to be broken down. They were afraid to be humiliated, basically. This was not someone that wanted to walk right into hell and to look in the mirror and to do that shadow work. They were afraid of it. But now I feel like they are coming out of that fear for some reason. It's just, yeah, it's the ice that's melting. It's a collective cycle. It's like, yeah, the sun is getting too bright. You know, their light is increasing too much. And also something with the lightning here, that it's like, yeah, they have just realized, you know, they're starting to see themselves more. That's what I'm feeling. And so instead of, I'm hearing being a coward, these are my guides talking. They, again, you know, these tuning into these levels, you start to connect to guides that are constantly humiliating you, because that is how we shed the ego, you know, not being frazzled by people saying it as it is. So yeah, I'm tuning into those guides now. But anyway, it's like this person is no longer being such a coward, and they're starting to just like walk right into the lightning. Now, this is a person that actually wants to start to see. Their heart is getting stronger, and it's like they're building their inner fire, their self-love, their compassion. And I feel like it's really opening their psychic abilities. You know, it's really opening their psychic abilities here with the octopus. And so their perception of the world is just changing so much. That's what I'm feeling. So that is pretty cool, actually. Let's pull some cards here. Underneath the deck was the Son of Cups. Heart opening. A lot of the times for me, Son of Cups is that Christ energy. You know, it's the willingness to say the highest good of all. You know, break me down if I need to be broken down, if I'm not in alignment with the win-win-win. It's that bravery, you know, of the soul and of evolution. So yeah, pretty powerful energies coming through here for you, Scorpio. Anything else? What do we need to know for Scorpio? Yeah, you have to like do the things that will make you proud of yourself. Self-respect is super important for you right now. This is not the time to be shady, to be dirty, to do like half-finished work, to be lazy. It's like, if you don't have the energy, don't commit to things. Like, just hold it back, say, I don't have the energy. If you commit to things, you gotta follow it through. That's what I'm feeling now. You gotta be sharp. That's what I'm feeling now for a lot of you. No time to fool around, I'm hearing. Okay, bunch of cards coming out. Yeah, you gotta be sharp. The Queen of Swords. You know, she's not afraid to tell the truth. If things are out of alignment, I'm not gonna say that. Sometimes these guys are just maybe a bit too direct for YouTube. But if things are out of alignment, check it. You know, check it. Don't be afraid to speak about it. Again, you might not be able to say it in the way that exact way that your guidance is coming through, because maybe the world isn't ready, able to receive that type of very direct messaging yet. But don't just like turn the blind eye and pretend like something isn't there, some dirtiness isn't there, if you can actually see it. So that's what I'm feeling. Cards coming out: Ace of Cups, Seven of Swords, and the Moon. And so I do feel like you're actually seeing a lot of these things within your subconscious. Also the Ace of Wands wanting to come out here. So there is definitely that caution here to just like be very aware of what type of energies that you are feeding on. What type of energies are you feeding your growth with? You know, this can also be sexual, definitely. Like, is it the win-win-win? You know, is it the type of sexual energy that is healing and pure and is actually coming from a place of innocence? Or is it the type of sexual energy that is not even aware of anything else but its own desire? You know what I mean? So I feel like that translates to all other areas of life as well. Like the actions that you take, the words that you speak, even the thoughts that you're thinking, you know, this all creates growth within you, within your being. You're the source of this growth, you know, so it becomes part of your expression, what you are gonna be, in a sense, judged by energetically. You know, it shows what type of man you are, you know, what excites you, the energies that excites you. It really shows you what you are investing into in your cells, is what I'm hearing. And so that's what I'm feeling. To be very, very mindful of this. Be aware of like who you are, and be sure that you're actually in union with yourself, that you're actually proud of who you are. You know what I mean? Because if you feel that, for instance, you get excited by things that you're ashamed of, then that's some kind of disalignment. And so it's almost like you have to go in there then and figure out, like, who is right? Is it my desire that's right? Or is it my mind that's right? Or maybe both wrong? You know what I mean? But that's the type of work that I feel can be very important for you right now. Figure out what your truth is so that you can actually start to be at peace with yourself, proud of yourself. And also I feel like at peace with your sexuality, honestly, and your creativity. So let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, also the Fool was underneath the Mother of Swords. So building that type of innocence. I also feel like that's going to be heavily connected to your abundance. You know, if you know that you are doing the right thing deeply, like you feel it through and through, you're not driven anymore. You're not afraid. You're standing still. You're not afraid. And you're just seeing all of these different programs in your own mind, but you're no longer bowing down to the narratives, you know, the voices. So I know that maybe some of you haven't, I'm hearing again, even started this type of work. So it may sound like completely crazy to you. You may not really understand what I'm talking about. And if this is the case, then I would very much say that it will benefit you to just start to observe your own inner world more frequently, like regularly, maybe every day. You know, just sit still and just observe the thoughts that comes through your mind, the feelings that you're feeling, and kind of try to map them out, you know, see what is there over time. And then when you've done that, you can start to go into them more deeply and see where they lead you. You know, every thought that we have, it has a source. You know, it came into being in your life at one point, in the life of your ancestors, in the life of your authorities. You know, that thought, that belief, it came from somewhere. Where is that somewhere? You know, and was that ignition, was it pure or was it dirty? You know, for us to be in our full power, we kind of have to know these things. If not, we are just these slaves, you know, slaves of the past, slaves of past lives. We're not grounded, we're not present, we're not really here. So I think for some of you, you're really starting to take this work more seriously. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. And if that's the case for you, if you're feeling like you're drained, if you're feeling heartache, if you're feeling sorrow, all of these things, it's a sign that that is the type of work that is calling you to start paying more attention to your inner world. Underneath the deck was the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And so this can also come into your life through like your finances slowing down, your life around you kind of slowing down. It's the universe wanting you to become more aware. Look at all of the aces that came through in your reading. You know, and it's interesting that it's actually these 3 aces that came through, because it's like, you know, that saying that is said, it's like the heart, it's ice and fire meeting. And it's that ice and fire, you know, that creates both the sword and the earth. And so I feel like right now you're kind of, maybe for some of you, I feel this, that you're currently not fully able to create the earth. You know, you're not fully able to manifest what it is that you're meant to manifest, because there is a lack of sword energy. You know, there is a lack of this ability to observe yourself and what you are and what you're holding, what type of timelines you're holding, what type of energies you're channeling. You know, you don't know who you are. For some of you, you don't know who you are yet, and that's absolutely okay. Like, maybe not a lot of people right now knows who they are. Like, I don't know who I am fully. So that's, again, nothing to be ashamed of. It's just something to accept, you know? Yeah, it's the power of the moon. You're learning more and more about the power of the moon. You know, what your subconscious is actually telling you about yourself, what your dreams are telling you about yourself and your potential, you know, what you could experience in this lifetime. And I feel like you might also be heavily confronted with this through some kind of relationship. Again, there is 2 different types of people there. There is one that has gotten a little bit further on this path. You know, they are working with the element of air, which is the sword. And so maybe they are kind of a little bit like this Queen of Swords type of energy here, that, you know, you may even feel a bit unsure about them, because it's like you may be a little bit afraid that they're gonna take your head somehow, because that's the energy of the Queen of Swords. You know, it's like she will just cut that head off if it's not in alignment. So that can be the case if you resonate more with being in this energy. And if you are the Queen of Swords, I honestly feel like you're just waiting for the ice to melt a little bit. That's honestly what I'm feeling. It's like I feel like you are allowing, it's like you're allowing this Ace of Pentacles to turn by itself, because it's almost like you know that this change is part of a collective cycle. It's not something that you necessarily can force, because it involves these people. You know, they have to start to see, and you also want them to start to see, because it's almost like if this Ace of Pentacles turns before they have started to see, then their karma will be just so much more heavy. You know, that's when they, you know, will just, it will just be so much more difficult for them, and much more negative things may happen to these people, you know, in terms of health, and just like manifesting things that can take them decades to clear. And so that's why I feel like if you're in this energy of the Queen of Swords, you're actually not in a rush. You're not trying to speed things up, because you actually see that it's for the highest good of all, that these changes happens as slowly as possible, you know, so that as much of the life on earth as possible can actually get themselves into alignment. That's what I'm feeling for you, if you resonate with the Queen of Pentacles. So you're just kind of chilling. And wow, yeah. And underneath the deck now was the Ace of Swords. You're just chilling, because it's like almost like the ice is melting, but you're just trying to slow it down. You're like, yeah, it's melting, but I'm just chilling it, because I want, you know, I want to protect life. I want these people to be able to find themselves before, you know, the, like this water, this wave just comes in and start really flowing. So that's pretty cool. Interesting. I'm not going to take it out though, because I feel like that's for the Mother of Swords. She has the sword. Anything else there? Yeah, I'm feeling this. The main block to moving into this energy is being triggered, actually. Is having a little bit of a weak ego and not being able to kind of receive any kind of criticism, or be, if someone touch you or point to a wound of this person, is like they just completely, they don't like it. They get triggered, and when they get triggered, they're not able to think clearly, and that, you know, so for some of you, again, that may be a problem. And if that's the case, I think that what actually may benefit you, again, is to spend more time observing your own inner world, because when we do that, it's like we start to open up more space. We release pressure. You know, it's like the feeling of not being able to breathe. Like if you feel stressed, you feel burdened, you feel like you can't breathe, that means that you don't have enough space around you. You don't have air, you don't have a sword, you don't have an eye that is just observing your inner drama, you know, the inner narratives, the feelings. But if you do, everything will change. And again, I can tell you these words until I kind of get blue in my face, but you won't really see how significant it is until you do it, you know? So anything else? A final message here. Okay. 2 of Wands. I'm feeling now is when you make your choice here. Actually, at this point, yeah, I'm feeling it strongly. When the spring equinox begins, that's when I really feel like we're gonna start to manifest a lot more karma. And so, and the reason I'm saying this is that you have the Chariot here, the Fool, and the 5 of Swords. So that's when I think that the chilling of the Mother of the Swords is no longer gonna have effect. Things will melt then, like fully. The ice will fully melt. Things will start to flow, and it's almost like you have made your choices. Like life on Earth, we've all made our choices, and now is when we receive the karma based on that. And so, yes, I would say definitely prioritize your inner work right now if this resonates, because it's just gonna make your life so much more easy during this year. That's what I'm feeling. Don't be afraid to stand still right now. Don't be afraid to take some time for yourself if you can, because I think it's gonna be worth a lot for you. I think it's gonna be very beneficial for you. Also, as the Mother of Swords, I think like taking time for yourself is still very important, because it's like you're still building your sword. And I think that for some of you, you're also building other people, like you're helping other people build their sword as well. So just continue to do that. And then, yeah, we do what we can, and then we just surrender the rest. So that's the reading for Scorpio. I hope it finds you well. I know that these messages can be confronting, so take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and give yourself a hug if they are difficult to receive. So bye, Scorpio. Thank you for watching.